This is the CYCROWN UL2849 Electric Bike, and just looking at it for the first time, the striking vintage motorcycle style immediately stands out. It's got a tough, almost retro frame made from aluminum, and the big 20-inch fat tires give off a rugged, ready-for-anything vibe. Honestly, when I first rolled it out of the box, I wondered if it would actually match those bold looks with real performance, or if it was just another good-looking e-bike with average specs. Now, after spending some real-time commuting, taking it off-road, and just riding around for fun, I'm excited to share a quick review and my genuine experience for anyone curious if this bike is worth a look. Let's talk about key features right away, because that's what really matters if you're thinking of getting your first e-bike or upgrading. The CYCROWN UL2849 comes with a 750-watt brushless motor. What that means in plain English is that it's got plenty of push to help you climb hills and accelerate from a stop with almost no struggle. You get a real sense of power from the pedal assist. And that makes it perfect for those days when you're not looking to break a sweat on your way to work or the grocery store. What surprised me most was how quietly and smoothly the motor kicks in. Some e-bikes I've tried feel jerky, but on this one, the power just blends in as you're pedaling, especially at a steady speed. If you're new to e-bikes, pedal assist is the setting that gives you an electric boost while you're pedaling, so you can go farther and faster with less effort. The top speed on the CYCROWN is advertised as 20 miles per hour out of the box, and if you unlock it, you can get a bit more. The throttle is responsive, you just twist it and the bike takes off. Honestly, I had this nagging thought at first that maybe it would lag or feel weak, especially since I'm used to riding heavier bikes. But it took off quickly and kept a steady pace, even on some pretty steep city hills. On rougher dirt trails, there was still plenty of power, and the fat tires never lost their grip. When they call them puncture-proof, they mean it. I rode over rocks, cracked pavement, and even a few stray bits of glass. No flats, just a solid grip the whole way. From my experience, comfort was a big highlight. The seat, which is a nicely padded faux leather one, proved to be so much better than I expected. Usually I expect to stand a bit during longer rides or feel sore after, but this seat kept me pretty happy for a couple of hours straight. Another standout was the dual suspension. The hydraulic front fork and oil spring rear shocks pretty much soaked up whatever bumps I came across. I've had some rough rides with other e-bikes where I can feel every pothole, so this was a massive plus. What that means for a new rider is you don't have to brace yourself every time you roll over a crack or rock, and if your commute includes uneven sidewalks or light trails, you'll seriously notice the difference. The controls are easy to get the hang of. On the left, you get buttons for the horn, lights, and turn signals. I like that. It feels much safer riding in the city when drivers can see where you're signaling with actual bike turn signals, not just basic hand gestures. The headlight is bright enough for night rides, and the reflective details add a little extra peace of mind. I tried it out in both evening and morning rides. You can actually see the path ahead, and you know you're visible, which is huge for safety. There's also a big, easy-to-read LCD screen in the center of the handlebars showing your battery, speed, distance, and pedal assist level. Being able to glance down and see exactly where you stand, without fiddling with your phone, is a convenience I didn't know I'd appreciate so much. Speaking of the battery, the model I have comes with a 374.4 watt-hour lithium pack that's all certified. Basically, that means it's passed real safety standards and it's not going to give you trouble. The company claims you'll get between 38 and 55 miles on a full charge. For me, doing mostly city commutes with some pedal assist, I got just over 40 miles, which is practical for a round-trip work commute with juice to spare. If you crank the pedal assist up to max or use the throttle a lot, you'll see less range, maybe closer to 20 miles, but that's expected from pretty much any e-bike. Swapping out batteries or charging is simple, and I even topped off the charge at work once. Takes a few hours, just like plugging in a laptop, and you're good to go. Braking is always one of my #1 worries, especially when riding a heavier bike like this. It weighs about 77 pounds. The front and rear disc brakes on the CYCROWN UL2849 are mechanical, not hydraulic, but I was actually happy with how quickly it stopped. It's not totally instant like cars with abs or some high-end e-bikes, but if you're riding at a reasonable speed and paying attention, you'll have all the stopping power you need. For people who are new to this stuff, disc brakes just mean you get more controlled and reliable braking compared to the old-style rim brakes on regular bikes. When I first got the bike, I'll admit I had some hesitation before opening the box. Assembly required? That's usually not my thing. But actually, the CYCROWN comes mostly assembled. I just had to attach the handlebars, front wheel, and pedals, grab the included toolkit, and I was good to go. It took me about an hour, and I don't consider myself a bike mechanic. The company even keeps the tires half inflated for shipping so they don't get punctured, so you'll need to pump them up when you get the bike. If you've ever struggled with new bikes out of the box, this was a relief. I did notice the weight right away though. At over 76 pounds, it's not something you'll want to haul up a flight of stairs or toss on a car rack without thinking. But that weight pays off in how stable it feels while riding. Even taking sharp turns at speed, the bike feels planted and safe, like you're not going to topple over or lose control. For me, that extra heft is a trade-off. I like the confidence on rough roads, but carrying it up steps is definitely a chore. There are a couple of other things I think new riders should know. It's a single-speed bike, so you don't have to worry about shifting gears. That makes it really simple if you're just starting out, but if you like riding at high speeds, you might notice a bit of ghost pedaling, which just means your pedals spin without giving much extra speed when you go fast. Also, sometimes when you use pedal assist, there's a quick delay before the motor kicks in, maybe a second or two. Not a huge problem, but worth being aware of, especially if you need quick acceleration out of a stop. I'd recommend this for anyone looking to make daily commutes more fun, or for those who want to hit light trails on the weekend without worrying about getting burned out or sweaty before they even arrive. If carrying the bike or storing it in a small apartment is a concern, just be aware of the weight. But if comfort, stability, and overall smooth rides are higher on your list than lugging it upstairs, you'll seriously appreciate what this bike offers. In my opinion, the CYCROWN UL2849 Electric Bike hits a sweet spot between style and performance. You get a vintage, head-turning look, but with solid battery life, real power, and thoughtful features like city-friendly signal lights, a bright headlight, and a genuinely comfortable seat and suspension system. The pedal assist and throttle make commutes faster and less tiring, while the build quality feels like something that'll last you through both daily rides and weekend adventures. It's easy enough for someone just getting into e-bikes, but offers just enough motor power and comfort for more seasoned riders too. In conclusion, after spending time with the CYCROWN UL2849 Electric Bike, it's become my go-to for city rides, weekend errands, and yes, even easy off-road exploring. Some small things could be improved, but overall it genuinely does what it promises. Provides a smooth, comfortable, and fun ride, while actually looking really cool doing it. I will update specific information about the CYCROWN UL2849 Electric Bike in the comments. Don't forget to catch my next video.